Our next speaker, final speaker of the evening, is Phyllis Novak and Rudy Bretiman from Sketch. And where are my, hello. And actually, it's a funny thing because Sketch I know some things about, but not everything about. So I'm not going to try to put it in a nutshell, I'm going to let you do it. So please put your hands together for Phyllis and Rudy.
So just in case you don't know, I'm Phyllis and Rudy, and that's Rudy, Phyllis and Rudy. Okay, I'd like to try something, see if we can self-organize here for a moment. Okay, so if you could just stand for a second. Yeah. Okay, so I just want you to repeat after me. Joy, joy, and pain, sunshine, sunshine, and rain, joy, joy, and pain, sunshine, sunshine, rain, joy, joy, and pain, sunshine, sunshine, rain. All right. Very good. I wanted to really get you to get some percussion, but you know, that's okay. It's late in the evening. Okay, have a seat. So that is basically that's our theme song at Sketch, and this we were asked to talk about bringing a grassroots organization up and creating a sustainable framework for a grassroots organization. And so I'll just begin at the beginning a little bit. That's different than Michael. Well, maybe not so different, but I really didn't know what I wanted years and years ago when I started. I just wanted to hang out with people, and there were some other. I was just curious. I was really just quite curious about this whole idea of making things and what it meant to make things, and how making things could lead to making bigger things, and I found the whole thing really compelling. So I was also really curious about people that didn't necessarily have a natural access to all the tools that you need to make things. And so I started hanging out with people who live their lives homeless or street involved, and I started noticing some of the ways that they would doodle on their clothes, or you know, the beautiful ways that they would dress, or how they would make homes underneath bridges and in alternative spaces, and how they would just come together, even though they had many different experiences, and create family, really, together. And all those things I found so incredible, and so I started jamming together with a few people about this idea of really figuring out what happens when young people who live their lives on the street come together with art materials and all those kinds of resources. And so inch by inch, meaning project after project, we just kind of started building this thing. And just the one thing that I think that I remember from the very beginning is that we did a festival called the Fix Arts Festival, I guess 11 years ago, and it was a big weekend festival, and there were 10 young people that I got to be together with, and we kind of constructed this ridiculous weekend. We did a parade through Yonge Street and Queen Street. We handed out artistic licenses, which basically just told people that they had the ability to create beauty, and we just wanted them to join us in doing that. So then all weekend we had this huge festival in an old warehouse on King Street, right across from the home that we have at the moment. And it was really exciting. And after that, people started getting really excited about making stuff. So then I, you know, in the studio that I was working in with youth for that project, I started trying to figure out, okay, how can we make this happen? And so I sort of hold myself up, and, you know, was researching with the library at the time, all the internet stuff wasn't available, so then I was like, you know, trying to call people, find out what was going on, tell people something of the story that I felt like I was kind of discovering with others. And at the same time that I was doing that, the youth that I had been working with just started opening the front door of the studio we were working with and just inviting people in and making stuff. And so I think I remember one time that I went out and I thought, oh, we don't have like a solid infrastructure to support this programming, but it didn't seem to matter. And I just realized that what I really was beginning was a process of just getting out of people's way. And really that when young people who were given an opportunity and even just an invitation to create something, who have not had that invitation put to them before, they just immediately started rising to it. And what's been happening now is that we've been involved in so many creative conversations about how actually being a maker or a change maker or a culture maker is a way to rebuild communities and kind of overturn this concept of people living in poverty and you know, how that can really keep people down. So anyway, there's 101 things that we could tell the story about, but yes?
Can you just give
Say
us
what it is.
What is Sketch?
Sketch is a community arts initiative that for youth who live street, involved, and homeless. So we have a studio at King and Spadina, Portland, more accurately, and it's a second floor. It's a really cross-discipline space. There's you know, there's a big open studio with screen printing and textiles, and there's a recording studio and a movement studio and a wood shop and new media opportunities, and then we have a couple of public gardens now that we're working with. And so Sketch is really just that. It's kind of a sketch of something and then a discovery of what else is possible. So we just keep building it, and building it with the youth who are coming there. Okay, is that kind of a succinct thing? There's so many cool things I can tell you about Sketch. We left a card on your chair, and you can go to our website so you can understand a little bit more about the programming. But we are here to talk to you about our resource development plan.
It's called money.
Money, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so okay, we're gonna do a little piece of theater. And this is basically, okay, yeah, I'll just do the theater.